So our next presentation will be Professor Sharman Hartel from Monash University School of Management and Associate Professor Anna Kuzminska from Macquarie University's Department of Management. They'll pop on their screen now, and Sharman and Anna are here to share the results of the first large-scale global quantitative study in the area of autism employment. The purpose of this global study, not an easy feat, was to investigate the challenges, learnings and best practices organisations have in sustaining and scaling skilled autism employment. It's not just important, this is critical to how we can create systems-wide change. I can't wait to hear more about it, and without further ado, I'll throw to Anna and Sharman, whoever will speak off first.
Thanks, Andrew. So we were lucky enough to have almost 170 individuals from 33 organizations, 12 countries, 5 continents that have responded to our survey. This is comprised of different types of organizations, so large multinational corporations, governments, social enterprises, and other types of organizations, nonprofits. We made sure that we had what we call a 360-degree view. So we asked not just the autistic individuals, but also their co-workers, supervisors, HR managers, and executive or program directors of the Autism Employment Program if they had such a program in their organization. We have a little bit of myth busting, and of course, please be mindful there's a very long report that we've done in a very detailed report because there are so many interesting findings coming from this study. And we're just going to be able to really highlight a few aspects. And I invite everybody to go to the website, the ACSC website, which features the full study, but also the executive report and the study highlights. Going to the full-time employment and workplace satisfaction is that I think there is also a perception out there that autistic employees may not be able to or enjoy full-time work. And our study clearly shows that actually they do. And that full-time employed autistic workers are actually more satisfied with the work environment features and with generally organizational practices than part-time autistic workers. And they report more positive experiences of workplace inclusion than their part-time counterparts. And I think this is important to note because in our data, still we could see that despite we were looking at leaders in the space of autism employment, we can see that only 24% of our autistic respondents had ongoing full-time employment. Most of them had part-time employment with 47% and 23 fixed term and 6% casual. So I think this really goes to suggest that we should encourage organizations to think, how can we actually offer full-time employment to those autistic individuals who want that? And it's more about the practices in place that support that rather than offering part-time employment, which is not necessarily a better option. When it comes to adjustments, it's a lot of, I guess, presumptions among employers, particularly those that haven't employed autistic people yet, is that there will be a whole lot of cost and risk and adjustments and accommodations that they will need to offer those individuals. But the reality taken from our data is that that's actually not correct. Overwhelmingly, actually, both autistic and non-autistic employees requested and also were granted the same type of adjustments. There is also really minor differences where, for example, autistic individuals were provided more often an access to a job coach and were requesting customized job design more often than their neurotypical colleagues. But the neurotypical colleagues, on the other hand, had other requests for accommodation that they highlighted, which is job autonomy and good ergonomics that they requested more than non-autistic employees. And I think this is important, particularly for those employers who are just starting to think about employing autistic individuals and are maybe worried about the type of costs and accommodation that might bring, is that it's actually not a real concern because we really need to think about the spectrum also of all our employees and that everybody needs some level, or most people need some level of adjustment to be able to perform best in their work. And autistic people just may need different things than neurotypical people or people with other disabilities.
And so we'll end on that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sharman.
Thank you both. That was absolutely terrific. Thank you. That was super interesting.